Hey guys, Willie Mayette, creator of Jazz Edge, and welcome to lesson number 31 of Jazz Piano Daily. Today I've got an advanced jazz piano altered 251 lick to share with you. All right, so let's jump into this. Actually, what I want to say is before we get into the music, if you want to know how to get the music and the backing tracks, just wait till the end and I'll explain how you can grab that. All right, so here is the progression. D minor 7, right? G7 altered, C major 7th. We've already covered these chords before, D minor 7. We covered the G7 altered chord in yesterday's lesson, so take a look at that if you need help in that, and then C major 7, all right? So now, let's move on to our actual voicings down here. Now, one thing I want to show you is that here, you could notice that I have these voicings, right? I could play these are the 3-note voicings, or I could play these. So I'm kind of showing you both so you can kind of play around with both of them. You can see which one you like the sound of. Here's the lick. So there's the lick with those voicings, or or the full 4-note voicings. So you pick. I'm going to keep the 3-note ones written in here because I personally like that sound as well, but you get to decide. All right, let's break down the lick. First of all, the first part of this, I did not change the first part of the lick, and I didn't on purpose because you should have already seen this. You should feel comfortable with the first part of this lick. So now let's move on to the second part. This is all altered scale. All right, so first of all, I'm literally the first 4 notes of this lick, or this portion of the lick, I'm just going right up to G altered scale. So 1, 2, 3, 1, right? And then I come up to the flat 13, flat 9, sharp 9, okay? And then up to the third. Right, kind of sounds like that Mike Noir, like I forget what it was called, you know, that kind of spy, like private investigator. What was it? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Whoops. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, down to your middle finger. So let's take that slowly. Let's do it 3 times together, nice and slow. Ready, go. 1, 2, do it again. 1, 2, do it again. 2, one more time with the chord. Let's try from the beginning. Notice I'm not swinging it yet, right? Just play it straight. Here we go. Try the full 4-note chords. Ready? Go. Okay. All right, good. All right, so now let's put on the backing track and let's try playing it, and we'll put it on 80 beats a minute. Okay, not too fast. And you can just do the right hand if you want. Do the full 4-note chords now. Again. One more time. All right, good. All right, so let's talk transposition here for a second. So let's say we want to move this into the key of B flat now, right? So we've already done this before, right? Up to this point. Right? right? So there it's not so bad on the F7 chord. Right? Flat 13, flat 9, sharp 9, third, down to the 5th of the B flat. Okay, great. Let's say that we want to do this maybe moving into the key of F then. Right, so we have that regular C7 chord that we were playing before. Now the question might be, well, wait a second, can I play the natural 9 even though I'm doing that? Yes, because the tension is going to resolve itself. There's nothing. Now, if you were kind of hanging on that, obviously that doesn't sound all that good, but when you're playing it quickly like that, not even necessarily quickly, but when you're just moving, sounds okay. But if I hang on that, then it's obviously going to sound rough. If that bothers you, well, what can you do? Change the 9 to flat 9 or sharp 9. Okay? But now let's say that I'm going to do this, say in D flat. I'm sorry, in D rather. So I'm going to play the altered lick on D. So I have the first 4 notes, right? But then I got to get up to my flat 13. Oh man, and then flat 9, sharp 9. So, whew. Right? It's kind of a little bit challenging fingering-wise there. And this is where we go back to what I was saying the other day about how when we transpose these licks, not every lick is going to transpose into every key neatly. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't figure out the fingering for this. I'd probably do something like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 3, right? So it works, but you might find that you're kind of like, beating your head up against a wall with some of these because the fingering is a little bit just too challenging. So again, if you want to be a pro, then transpose this stuff into all 12 keys. If you're just looking to get better and increase your skills, don't drive yourself crazy trying to do everything in all 12 keys, especially when the fingering like that gets a little bit too challenging. Now, again, that might seem like a cop-out, but I want to give you just a real brief reason for my reasoning on this. Because I'd rather see you enjoy this and then absorb it and then want to learn more, right? Because as you enjoy it and you absorb it and want to learn more, then you will naturally start to challenge yourself and to move into those harder keys and figure out ways of doing it. But if you're kind of new at this and you're jumping right into this hard stuff right away and finding it super frustrating, well, we know what happens, right? Then you lose motivation and then you're like, forget it, I can't do this. It's not that you can't do it, it's you're trying to do something that's just a little bit outside your grasp right now. So stay within the box for right now, okay? And as you gain new skills, if you want to move into some of those harder keys where the fingering might be a little bit more challenging, then kind of hold off for right now. All right, but I leave that to you to determine your level of challenge for this. All right, so that is it for today's lesson. Let's also talk about how we can grab this sheet music. Number one, just go back to Jazz Piano Daily or take a look at the card that just popped up on YouTube. You could follow that, and that will take you back to Jazz Piano Daily as well. Please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications, and leave your comments. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Take care.